No, small one. Okay.
YouTube paakren. But how is your camera? Zoom in there.
Mama camera is
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaje Pavaroginaam Hitaye Sarvavidyanam Shri Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Halayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat-pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadham Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Tadandevasi Varyancha Jeevodharna Tatparam Shri Jayendra Gurum Pujam Pranamami Mudanvaham Chaturdashavaya Praptam Sanyasam Sumahamatim Namami Shankararambham Shivajendra Saraswatim Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Swasti Vachanam. Om Shri Kanchi Kamakoti Pithadipati Jagadguru Shri Shankaracharya Shri Charanayo Shri Pranama Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Mahatirpura Sundari Sameta Shri Chandramaulishwaraya Namaha Swasti Stri Madakhila Bhumandala Lankara Trayastrim Satkodi Devata Sevitam Sri Kamakshi Devi Sanata Srimate Kamranata Shri Mahadevi Sanathasi Astigirinatha Sakshatkara Paramadishtanam Satvadanamakita Kanchi Divyakshetre Sharada Matha Sustithanam Atulida Sudarasa Madhurya Kamalasana Kamini Dhammilla Samphulla Mallika Malika Nishchanda Makaranda Jare Sauvastika Vangnigumba Vidrumanananda Dundilida Maneshi Mandalanam Anaparada Dvaita Vidya Vinodara Sikhanam Nirantaralankriti Krita Shantidanti Bhumnam Shakalavavana Chakra Pratishthabhaka Shri Chakra Pratishtha Vikhyati Asholankrithanam Nikila Pashanda Shanda Kantakotpadanena Vashadikrita Veda Vedanta Marga Shanmata Pratishthabhakacharyana Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Varya Shri Jagadguru Srimad Shankara Bhagavat-pada-charyana Adhishtane Simhasana Vishikta Srimad Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Samyamindrana Adhishtane Simhasana Vishikta Srimad Jendra Saraswati Samyamindrana Ante Vasi Varya Srimad Shankara Vijendra Saraswati Sripadanancha Charana Nalinayo Shaprachayam Shantiti Buddhancha Namaskurmaha. Hari Om. On behalf of Kanchi Kamakoti Seva Foundation Midwest Chapter, we welcome all the viewers on YouTube, Facebook live stream, and the live stream page to this month's Kamakoti Parayana Mandali program. Kamakoti Parayana Mandali program was started a few years ago with the blessings of our Acharya Puja Shri Shankara Vijendra Saraswati Swamigal. Since then, we have been having monthly discourses, or lecture talks, slokams, and various types of programs related to our Sanatana Dharma. So as part of this month, on this auspicious Gayatri Japam Day, for today's program, we have Srimati Maragatham Mani ji, who will be giving a lecture discourse on Adi Shankara's Bhaja Govindam, Part-1. A brief bio of Srimati Maragatham Mani ji. She comes from a Vedic family. She's a Sanskritam scholar with a master's degree in Sanskritam. She is also teaching Sanskritam for various levels of students in the Chicagoland area, and previously also in Washington, D.C. She is also well-versed in Carnatic music and Natya Shastram. In addition to Sanskritam, she also teaches music, bhajans, and slokams like Lalita Sahasranam and Hanuman Chalisa to various students in our community. So it's a great honor for us all to hear this discourse from Srimati Maragatham ji today. We all look forward to hearing more on Bhaja Govindam. Hari Om.
Namasabhaye, Sarvebhyaha Namaste. Gives me immense pleasure to be in front of all of you today on an auspicious day of Gayatri Japam. And also, it was meant to be yesterday, but it came to me on the Guruvar. What else I can ask for? So, Guruvasare Bhashanam Kartum Bhagyam Dattavantaha Sarvebhyaha Dhanyavadan Samarpayami. The Vishaya, Bhagavad Padanam Vishaya Sukritam, it's like a big ocean. As Kalidasa says in Raghuvamsha, Surya Prabhavo Vamshaha Kvacha Alpa Vishayamatihi. And he compares his intellect to a small boat which is trying to cross a huge ocean. The same situation I am also here. Trying to find some meaning in the verses of Bhaja Govindam, and also try to understand what is the real presence, or what is the real purpose of all our being here in the satsangam. So all these are beautifully explained by our Acharya, Adi Shankara Acharya. Of course, we have a set of 33 shlokas. Out of that, Dwadasha shlokas, Dwadasha Manjari it's called, the beginning. So out of that, 12 shlokas were composed by Adi Shankaracharya, and the rest of them were composed by his disciples, as for the saying goes. So each of them contributed. Of course, our Srimati M.S.Subbulakshmi Amma took about 10 verses from Bhagavad Pada's composition as well as his disciples' composition, and brought up a nice Manjari, Bhaja Govindam Manjari in the Ragamalika. So I'm planning to start with the Dhyana Shlokam and also the first Shlokam, Bhaja Govindam. And also I would like everybody to join me, even if you're on mute. It's great to chant that Bhaja Govindam today. Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrunj Karane, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrunj Karane. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. So that was the opening shloka. Although Bhagavad gave a name as Mohamudgaram. Mohamudgaram. Moha means illusion, as we all know, delusion, illusion. And Mudgaraha is a word for the hammer. So the Muda Mati, our intellect, which is completely clouded by the moha or delusion or illusion, it has to be hammered with the point of bhakti, and he wants us to chant the Nama. And this point, this idea, this thought has been spread all over in our literature. Whether you take Tirumangayalvar's Pasuram, Kulam Tarum Selvam Tandidum Adiyar Padutuyarayana Yellam, Nalam Tarum Sollai Nan Kandukonde Narayana Innum Namam. So he also chooses that one. Of course, our Tyagaraja speaks about taking the Ramanama, Shiva Mantramu, Ma Jivamu, Na Madhava Mantramu, Ra Jivam. So that's why Rama came, at least chant that name. It is combines both Shiva and Vishnu, and there is no bheda between them. So Harihara Aikyam is there in that Ramanama, at least chant that. So we have been given instructions through the great Mahatmas. And of course, our Kanchi Acharya was insisting on that for men to be doing the Veda Parayanam, of course, Gayatri Japam. And the ladies of the house or children, when they are growing, they can be taught these Nama Japam, which is the main thing in the Kali Yuga. Okay, so yeah, my Mad Bhaktaha Yatra Gayanti Tatra Tishtani. So Bhagavan himself says that where my devotees sing my Nama, I will be there. And it has been proven with so many bhaktas living all over the Bharatavarsha. And now it is coming even beyond the Bharatavarsha also. There are many devotees living elsewhere, but we are not aware of it. But still, our Bharatavarsha has that Punya Bhumi. So many were given or sent to us. Bhagavan cannot come all the time, right? So through the Bhagavad Padas, Acharyas, and also there are so many Satpurushaha who are coming down to help us, to make us understand, at least start the Nama Japa. So we have to understand the efficacy of the mantra, as we all know that Mananat Trayate Mantraha, the more we chant, that mantra itself will protect. So I always insist on to the men and the young boys who got the, you have to chant the Gayatri mantra all the time, because you are given the what we call the eligibility to chant. So use that eligibility and then keep chanting. Without your knowing, it will protect you. At what time, when, nobody can answer that question, but the protection will always be there, as Bhagavan says, Ananya Chintayan Toma. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyah. I'm going to take care of their yoga and kshema. Yoga, acquisition, kshema, preservation. Both I will take care of. So you need not worry about anything. That is the word of Bhagavan himself. So to Moha Mudgaraha, the Mudhamati, the illuded intellect, has to be hammered with this, the right information, saying that you have to do the Nama Japa, Bhaja Govindam. Of course, the story goes behind that Adi Shankara Acharya was walking along the banks of the river Ganga Mata in the Varanasi. An old scholar who was sitting and trying to read the Dhatu Pata. Dhatu Pata means studying the grammar and grammar sutra, and he was already in his maybe we can say about after 60 years of age or something like that. He was sitting and trying to memorize. We all know our the weakness. It is not that easy to memorize after 60 years. And he was sitting and banging his head to memorize. Do cringe is a word. Cringe is a word for the root dhatu, to do. So he was trying to get into that grammar roots. And then Bhagavan Adi Shankara says, do cringe karane. That is not going to help you. It may get you to get the marks if you are a Sanskrit student. To get marks, we have to memorize certain grammar rules. Then we can score good marks. But for a person who has crossed 60, 70 or 80 years, what is the use of grammar? And we all have a tendency, oh, after 60 years, after my retirement, we can start reading the scriptures and reading the shlokas and everything. Till then, I want to take care of my family and my material interests and all this. Of course, there is nobody is stopping us from doing that. But the thing is, like, Bhagavan gives two choices. Okay, so the entire Moha Mudgara is based on the two shlokas of Kathopanishad, where Yamadharma Raja himself talks to the young student Nachiketas. In both of the shlokas, the two points are given, two choices are given to use our free will and choose whatever you want. The most famous and then also my favorite is Shreyascha Preyascha Manushya Me Tastau Samparitya Vivinakti Dhiraha Shreyohi Dhiropi Preyaso Vrinite Preyo Mando Yoga Kshemat Vrinite. And say a similar thing is Anya Shreyo Anyudutaiva Preyaste Ubhe Nanarte Purusham Sinita Tayoho Shreyaha Adadanasya Sadhu Bhavati Hiyate Arthadya Preyo Vrinite. These two slokas form the basis of Moha Mudgaram, that is the Bhaja Govindam. Because the Bhaja Govindam happens to be the first word of the slokas starting, the text itself became well known as Bhaja Govindam. Otherwise, the technical name is Moha Mudgaram. So the Mudhamati, why that Mudhamati is used in the first sloka? Mudhamate, he is addressing Mudhamate. Of course, Krishna also addresses the person Mudaha in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Mudaha ayam mam na abhijanati. If he is a Mudhamati, if this Mati is clouded by delusion or illusion or Maya, he cannot even understand me. So at least Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada and Krishna, they were very kind enough to use the word Mudha. But our Upanishads uses the word Vimudha. That means filtered fool. Okay? Filtered foolish man or a human being. Filtered foolish human being. That's how our Upanishads addresses the person who does not understand the greatness of Bhagavan or the presence of Bhagavan. That's why Bhaja Govindam 3 times he says. That is the name which is going to help you to come out of this samsara. So Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate. The Mudhamati means he is equal to samsari, because his intellect is deluded or confused, because he cannot use his viveka, the discriminative power, to choose what is right and what is wrong. And then because if we make the right choice, our human mind will be able to change the direction of the mind. It is given by the full power to change. But when we choose the wrong idea, even God cannot come to help us. So the viveki or a mumukshu, whom we call one who can discriminate, and then that's why the sloka says dhiraha. Kathopanishad sloka says dhiraha. Dhiraha means the right intelligent person. He can choose Shreyas, what we call the spiritual well-being. Whereas Preyas, Mandaha, the dull-witted, will always choose Preyas, which is the material well-being, for the sake of yoga kshema. Yoga is acquisition. You have to collect, keep on collecting. And then kshema. And once you collect, you have to know how to preserve it and protect it. That will create another fear into us. So yoga kshema, he thinks that is the infinite security for him. The more you collect, the more you accumulate, that's going to be giving what we call infinite security, and he not be worried. But the worry starts from there. He does not understand. So mandaha preyasaha vrinite. Preyasam vinite. Preyaha vinite. Because he will choose only preyas because of the yoga. Or based on this thought, Bhagavad Pada also says that you have to choose the right one. Of course, our great Bhartrihari talks about how people get attracted towards this material things. He is in the Vairagya Shatakam, he talks about Ajanan Ahatmyam Patatu Shalaba iti Tibra Dagami. The Shalaba, the grasshopper, or the grasshopper, we can say Shalaba is a grasshopper. It goes and falls into the burning fire, Ajanan, because he could not discriminate, it's going to burn him to ashes. Similarly, Meenaha api Ajnana Dishuta Ashnatu Pishita. He was attracted by the bait. The smell and the bad thing, it attracts him, and then he goes and gets caught by the bait of the person. Similarly, we are also Vijanantaha. We are also doing the same thing. And he says, Vipanchala Jatilan, we are all covered by the complete Maya net. Na munchamaha kaman. We are not willing to give up our material interests and material well-being. And he really says, Ahaha Mahato Moha Mahima. This is the greatness of the Moha, delusion, and we are attracted towards unnecessary things, and we are getting caught into that. That's why he says that the Mudgara hit hard, hitting hard our intelligence, and so one has to chant the Bhaja Govindam, because this is the only thing which will keep us away from the wrong understanding of this, our purpose of living here. And then all of us have to catch hold of the stable anchor, Govinda, because Go refers to, in the form of Avatara Murti Krishna. He protected all the cows. The Krishna Avatara, he became Gopala, and he protected all the cows and the Gopalakas in the Vrindavan. Gam Vindati, Gam Palayati iti Govinda. And another meaning, Go etyukte Mother Earth, Go Rupa Dharamiva Urvim, as Kalidasa says. Gam Prithivim Palayati. And Go, another meaning is Go means sense organs. Indriyani Palayati. So Indriyani, the control of the sense organs also comes when you chant this Nama Govinda. And we are helping our motherland, Mother Earth too, and we are protecting the Mother Earth also, not doing atrocious things on motherland. And like Krishna protected the Go in the Gopala, in the Govinda, and the Nara, the Bhagavatam. Similarly, we have this Govinda-nama. Of course, there are many great stories. Ajamila Upakyanam, who chanted Narayana at the last moment, was given moksha, was taken to Vaikunta by the Vaikunta Bhattaha, the soldiers who came. Both the Ajamila Upakyanam is beautifully described in Bhagavatam as well as in Narayaniyam. So this will always, the Nama Japa will always protect us. So in that way. And of course, Gam Prithivim Palayati, the Varagavatara, he brought up Mother Earth, he protected. So in that meaning also, the Go will be for Gam, Prithivim in that meaning. And Go means sense organs, Indriyani Palayati. So because Bhagavan is always sitting as an Antaratma, Sakshi Bhuta Bhagavan, that's what it is always, Nitya Ishvara. That is how he is called, and he always watches us all the time. And then this, of course, these slokas are addressed to the Kashi Pandit, and he says, Kale Samhite Samprapte, when Kala Tattvam attracts every creation constantly, because time is operating on every object constantly. And who's the one who, and then the Yama Dharma Raja, we know that he is approaching very close to ourselves. Who is going to protect us? Okay, so there are Shiva Shankara Stotram, Ashtakam, in where it says like Katu Bhishana Marana Samaye, but those people will come and then throw the harsh words towards me. So what will I do at that time? That time you cannot, even the tongue is not even practiced to chant the name of Bhagavan. And how can you protect yourself? So he says, Nahi Nahi Rakshati. At that time, Dukrinch Karanam, they're studying Dhatu Pata, that will not help you. Oh human being, you have to start with your Bhaja Govindam. That is, even if it is I mean, Tamil composition, or even if it occurs in the movie, if it is a meaningful song, I would like to present it to all of you in the famous composition of Paparasham Shivan. Maname kanamam maravade, Jagadishan malakpadame, Moham Murgi Paragade, Maya Valvu Satama. Is it going to help you? So what are you going to do? You have to, and then he will, the Charanam, he will say, when my tongue is not able to articulate, when my body's become very heavy, who's going to come and protect me? Nobody else. Not your kith and kin, not your money, not your bank balance. Nothing is going to come and help you. Only the Govinda Japa, Nama Japa. Only that you will have the protection will be given only by that. So moving on to the second sloka. So the Mudha Mati is addressed, and then he's going to address in the second sloka also Mudha. Again, there I addressed you as a Mudha Mate. Your intelligence was addressed, but now I'm addressing directly Mudha. Oh, foolish human being. Mudha Jahihi Dhanagama Trishna. Kuru Sadbhuddhim Vitrishna Yellabhase Nija Karmopata Vittam Vinodaya Chitta. Okay, you want to understand there's some people claim money is everything in our life. Money is the ultimate thing in our life. Okay, and second people, another group will say money is dangerous and we cannot touch it. So we cannot propagate such thing, because in the both way it is going to be giving us a problem. So Bhagavan says there are three factors which will give a person thinking that is he can achieve anything this point: knowledge, power, and wealth. Okay, knowledge and power and wealth. These three things will make a person think that he has everything, he has possessed everything, and he is equal to God. Okay, so that is the thought existing in the mankind nowadays. So we have to understand that money, according to Shastra, is only for the ritual of acquiring wealth. Okay, there is a ritual also, and we have to acquire money for our simple living and also for dana. We're going to talk about that. And dana also we have to give. And he says, Mudha Jahihi Dhanagama Trishna. Trishna, the greediness. We have the Shadripu in all ourselves: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. That Lobha, when it comes in the form of Trishna, that too Dhanagama Trishna. Acquire. More I get, more security, more happiness. That is the thinking of the current world. He said, you have to stop that greediness. Mudha, a foolish human being, give up that your greed in acquiring more and more wealth. Jahihi means tyaja, avoid, or it is ha dhatu, madhyama purusha. He says jahihi, tyaja, stop, avoid that. You have to give up that thought of greediness to accumulate wealth, all that. Kuru Sadbuddhi, let you have the attitude of Vitrishna. Vitrishna means contentment. Sadbuddhi, that is a Sadbuddhi. Satvika Buddhi, if you entertain, automatically the Vitrishna, the contentment will come. And then you have to understand Nija Karmopatam. You have to learn to be happy and content with whatever is given or whatever you earn legitimately. Dharmika efforts. With the dharmika efforts, whatever we collect, whatever we get, we have to Nija Karmopatam. Nija Karmopatam means you have to have that dharmika thought in our mind. And then whatever you get using your dharmika thinking, that is called the Nija Karma. Upatam, whatever you have earned by that. Chittam Vinodaya. You can entertain yourself and do the dhanam also as you are going to do it. Learn to please and entertain with whatever you get in the dharmika way. Of course, we can say that how the vittam comes. The vittam refers to nija karmopata vittam vinodaya chitta. Vittam, in three different ways we can accumulate the wealth. Swarjitam. Swarjitam means by your own dharmic efforts, what you have earned, that is the uttama. The uttama, highest class of thing. Then madhyama comes the pitrurarjitam, inherited. The forefathers have earned, and then they have kept it for you, and your father has enjoyed, you can enjoy your kids. That is pitrurarjita. Then that is a madhyama quality. And adhama quality is bhratrivittam. Taken money, atrociously taken from the siblings, saying that this is, I am the one who was taking care of my parents, so it belongs to me. So that is the adhama. Adhama. Okay. Then finally, stri vittam, the dowry, completely condemned in our society, which is adhama adam. It is the worst of worst, the vittam, the money collected by the people. So you have to, whatever the prarabdha is given to you, and use your dharma effort, dharmika efforts, and collect. And then happiness, we have to understand that contentment should teach us. Happiness is not what we have or what we possess, and what we can. It is not measured by them. The happiness cannot be measured by what we. It is not dependent on what we possess at all. So that's how sloka number 2 describes our contentment and give up the greed to accumulate wealth. And then, of course, he spoke out the artha vishaya upon the 4 purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Artha vishaya, the 2 slokas, the first 2 slokas he spoke about. And the third sloka gets into the kama, desire. Okay, so a kama topic. In that he says, like, there are 2 types of kama. Adantu kama, swabhavika kama. Okay, swabhavika is a natural desire, which can be a desire for security, enjoying good health, comfort, and this swabhavika desire is universal. Everyone has some speck of desire. We cannot deny that fact. Okay, so and adantuka kama will vary from individual based on the time, place, and personality. Okay, so depends on the place where you are born, how you are raised. So everything comes to the adantu kama. How you are even a good child due to the sangha, because of the acquaintances and the friendship, he might move to a different path. So we have to know that he insists that a human being should know how to handle both the ichchas. Okay, so the specific kama means stri purusha paraspara ichcha will come under swabhavika specific kama, and this will also create confusions and delusions. How to handle that? We have to use our viveka shakti. Okay, so ma agahaha moha vesham. Please do not enter into the trap of moha. That's how the Upanishads all warn us. The stri purusha anyonya ichcha comes under swabhavika kama. So if you do not have a choice, yes, we do not have a choice. Yes, we have to go. And you cannot say, and you cannot challenge also, I cannot resist. I feel bad, I'm guilty about this karma. No, when there is dharmika rituals involved in it, that is also approved. Activation of swabhavika ichcha, which will, of course, which will be no choice also, but we cannot unnecessarily nourish this swabhavika ichcha, it to go on throughout your life. So ma agaha moha vesham, that is the line in the Mohamudram Bhaja Govindam also. Do not enter, do not get into the trap of the moha. Okay. So, and he says we should not nourish this or promote this kind of karma for a long time. Of course, it is not compulsory to follow brahmacharyam also. But each ashrama is given the dharma, grihastha dharma, brahmacharya dharma. So a viveka purusha will be able to see the obstacle or see the problems in that, and he will act accordingly and get away from it. So looking at the physical body of the person, especially the woman, the nari, the bosom, and the nabi, desham, and all those things, you have to consider the physical body is made of flesh, bone, marrow, etc., and your gross personality. And it is etan mamsa vasadi vikaram manasi vichintaya varam. You have to remember this is only made up of flesh and blood and bone and marrow, nothing else. And it is bound to age and get destroyed. Okay, so what is the eternal one? What is the pleasure desired? Which pleasure is desired? Derived is going to be eternally stula anitya ananda. We cannot find that eternal bliss or happiness in the stula anitya ananda. Whereas the unique privilege will be found only in the sukshma nitya ananda, which is subtle. The pleasure is subtle. That eternal ananda is very subtle. Not everybody can feel that. Not everybody can even talk about it. Only they can enjoy, because as Seshadri Swami of Thiruvannamalai, he used to run on the road for no reason. People thought he is a mad person, and many people have thrown stones at him. But he found that ananda everywhere. So when that kind of anandam is occupying somebody, we cannot even understand what we are doing. So manasi vichintaya, we have to understand that you have to go, if it is dharmika way of absorbing or observing the grihastha ashrama dharma, yes, you are allowed to do that. But after that, you have to stop that. Etat mamsa vashati vikaram, it's just modifications of the flesh and bone, but that will not give what you are bound to get in this human birth. Okay, so Govinda Anandam only comes by meditating upon Bhagavan, always think about him, and then this. So we cannot be animal man all the time. We have to become God man or divine man. Okay, so of course, Bhagavad Pada did not deal with what we call the Adantuka, because it changes from person to person, time and place and personality. He talks only about the Swabhavika Richa, which is commonly found in all the human beings, wherever we are born. That is the third shloka says that we need not enter into the trap of the moha and get enamored by the Sri Purusha Bheda Tattvam and enjoy that. And you have to understand these are all the vikaras in the form of mamsa, bone, marrow, and flesh. And this is bound to age, and it is bound to disintegrate and get destroyed also. It is bound to perish. So that is the message given in the third shloka. Moving on to the fourth one. Nalini dala gata jalam ati taralam tadvat jivitam atishaya chapalam vidhi atishaya chapalam vidhi vyadhyabhimana grastam lokam shokahatam samastam. Okay. Then we have a very limited time, active time to live in this world. And we have to know to accomplish our ultimate goal. And there is no postponement. Procrastination will never work in this. And there is no postponement. So, because of course, Vairagya Shatakam says that we have 100 years is allowed to us for a Shatayurvai Purushaha, as Veda declares. In that 25 years, okay, we are, first 25 years, we are young, right? Very young, we don't know what it is. And last 12 and a half years. 12 and a half years, 25 years is very, very young. We don't understand that much. Okay. Tasya balatvam ayuhu varsha satam. Ratrau ardham gatam. In sleeping time, 50% of our life is gone. Okay. And the next 25%. 50% already gone. Next 25% is 12 and a half. Tasya ardham balatvam means childhood. 12.5% we are spending in childhood. We don't know anything. We don't, whatever parents, however they bring up, we will do the same thing, or we will look at them and we'll try to emulate them. That's what we'll do. Those 12.5 years are done in the balatvam. The rest of the 12.5 years are too old. Yeah, I want to start read, but my eyes are not cooperating. I want to hear, my ears are not cooperating. So, but those problems will come. So the another 75% is already done. The rest of the 25, Sesham, 25%, Vyadi, Yoga, Sevadika. Okay, sickness. And then we are completely in the service of other people. We have to serve as a family, we have to serve our parents, and then the wife, children, and grandchildren, we become the babysitters, and it goes on and on. So 25 years are spent in that. And the life is completely unpredictable, as we all know. Okay. So it is never steady. And it ati tarana, like what? It is just fickle like what? The water drops that are dropped on the Nalini, the lotus petal. It's a beautiful observation. Hereafter, even if you have not observed so far, hereafter when you go near the lotus ponds, and you have to check out on the water drops on the jala, it will not even, that lotus leaf will not even entertain that jala. It will not even absorb. It will just move very quickly. It moves on because there is a wax on the lotus leaf, so it will not even stay there. Of course, in the literary work, they will compare that as a muktahara. Okay, that is in a different on a different note, we can enjoy that like a muktaharam. And when the sun shines, that muktaharam, like a pearl, it will shine. But here, compared to the philosophical siddhantic view, it says the life is unpredictable. It is very fragile, like ati tharalam, like the water droplets on the top of the lotus leaves. They are never steady. So the mind keeps on getting disturbed. Tatu jivitam atishaya chapalam. Okay, this atishaya chapalam, because this fickleness, chapalatvam, always is there. Okay, that is what is driving us to do the things again and again. Vyadi, abhimana, all these things will come. Vyadi, abhimana, grasta. Okay, and then finally what happens? Tatu jivita shayachati with the vyadi, it will lead to vyadi. And also abhimana grastam, one who is attached to the people. Finally, what happens? Shokam, lokam, shokahatam, the entire loka refers to the people who are living there. All the people are one pain or the other. Okay, one pain or the other, either physical injury for the stula sharira, vyadi inward, and mental problem. Abhimana here becomes the ego. Okay, ego, grief, everything takes up, and then we completely shoka hatam, killed by the grief itself. Killed by the grief. So we have to understand that apply yourself to the noble thought, noble karma of chanting the name of Bhagavan. Bhaja Govindam, we repeat in every sloka. And so all this, the mental urge and ego and grief, disease, everything will be the final result. And so that is what we have to learn, even from the natural lotus leaf, that jalam ati taranam, tat tavat tadvat, in the same way, jivitam api atishaya chapala. It is moving between one fickle object to the other fickle object, all finite objects which are going to completely perish, but we are still running behind that. That is the fourth sloka of Muhammad. moving on to the fifth one. We have to understand that this body is a temporary gift given by God. And Lord has complete control or complete power to remove us from this world at any time He wishes. At any time He wishes, because we have no right to question Him. Why did you bring me here? Only in the dramas we can see all these things. The human being going to the Yamadharma Loka and all. That is not, no one can question Him. Because He has given us this temporary gift, and without advance notice He can take us. Okay, He has complete right to remove us from this world at any time. So what we have to do is we should understand. We should not expect anything to own. We should not entertain the thought of owning things in this world. This is mine. I own this. I own that. That thought cannot exist in our mind. And it is our duty to pass this thought to all our acquaintances, our children, and their friends. Slowly, it may not happen very soon, but it is our duty to pass on this message. So we have to understand this, the spiritual growth. Okay, if we have successfully done something, and that happiness and comfort comes to us, return back to the Lord. That's what He says. Karmani eva adhikaraha ma paleshu. I will have to give the result to you. You have to do your duty. You have to follow the brahmacharya dharma, grihastha dharma, vanaprastha dharma, or sanyasa, whatever you are taking. You have to do only. You cannot expect that you can, create everything, and you can what we can operate everything in my position. That's what He wants us to understand. Okay, so the referring what we call, it's a loan given to us. The body is a loan given to us, and every person can give only conditional love can be spread among us, but unconditional love can come only from the Bhagavan only. Conditional love only will be available in the world, the material world, except Ishvara and the Jnani who follows, who has understood the Ishvara. No one can give the unconditional love to us. And we have to think that I have to be the benefactor of receiving that and do the positive contribution back to the society. Okay, so if there is what we call the Vatsalya Bhavam, everything nowadays, it's all conditional. If I do, after that it disappears. If a person is contributing for the welfare of the family, he owns a car, house, everything, and a very high level. After retirement, okay, and then he thought that he would do some studies at the time, but the quality of love will undergo changes even in his own house. He will become a physical burden when a person is bedridden. Okay, both your own kids may not be able to take you as a liability. They will think us as a liability. They will say it's a burden. Okay, if the person happens to live for a long time, that's all. Even Pati, what we call, even Patni will be afraid when the body gives up about her own husband. Okay, so the unconditional love can be given only by chanting the Bhaja Govindam. So he says, Yavat vitta uparjana saktaha. As long as you have the ability to uparjanam, earn money. And then what happened? Nija parivaraha. Tavat, till then, your own family will be raktaha. They will be attached to you. You are capable of bringing in money. You are providing them everything. Okay. But after that, pascha, after that, what happened? Jivati, if you live, jarjara dehe, in that old aged body, okay, body is not cooperating to anything, and at that time what happens? Gehe, in your own house, where you provided the house for them to stay, kopi vartam na prichati. Nobody inquires about your welfare. No one will ask, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, what happened? Are you able to eat something, or you are able to think about something? No one will even question you. Your entity, your existence will be of no use over there. So at that time, who is going to come? And it's a beautiful song again by Papanasham Shivan in the movie Shiva Kavi. Many of you would have heard it. And the Soppana Valvil Mahindu Arpa Panapai Pidite Arividandu Arpargalai Pugal. So that is what happened. And then this is what is happening. Swapana, this is the life itself is a dream kind of a thing. It will go off when we really wake up, everything disappears. Everything comes to us in the dream, but everything goes away when once you wake up. So that's what happens in this Swapana life. So even as long as you earn, people will respect you. But once you lose you're retired from the job and you were thinking that you're going to do your studies at that time, nothing. All the care and love and affection, as long as you earn money, will be there. Nija parivaraha rattaha. They will be attached to you. They will give all kinds of service to you at that time. But paschat jivati jarjara dehe jivati. When you worked enough and the body is completely not cooperating to do any more work, kopi vartam prichati. In your own house where you lived or you supported your family, you bought everything for them, those people will never even have time to inquire about your welfare. That is the truth. That's how Bhaja Govindam. You have to think about Govinda as early as possible, as young as possible. We have to start chanting the name, and we have to make our kids also listen and chant the name so that they will also have that mental strength and physical strength automatically to move forward with whatever and contentment and all, whatever comes, they will be able to confront and go through that and come out successfully. Okay, that is what is very important. Moving on to the 6th sloka. Yavat pavano nivasati dehe tavat prichati gehe gatavati vahayo dega paye bharya bhibyati tasmin kaya. That's a truth happening. Yavat pavana. Okay, this is the same thing. These are all bitter truth. I mean, it is like when Bhagavad says that it is disturbing to us. Why Bhagavad is using such words? But that is the truth. What is happening in the world? Nothing. He's not hiding or he's not projecting like a made-up story or anything. And same thing, Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna Paramatma says in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so whatever I am holding on to is very dangerous. And then we will become angry with Shankaracharya. Why is he revealing all this truth to the slokas? Okay, so he says, okay, we are having yavat pavana, as long as the body has what we call the prana. Pavanaha here refers to the pranaha. Prana vayu. Okay, dehe nivasat. As long as the prana vayu lives in one's body, tavat prichati. Everyone in the house will inquire about you. What is your son doing? What is your daughter-in-law doing? What is the position they are holding? What amount of money? What car they own? All kinds of questions will come, and they will always inquire about your welfare and your thing. Okay, that is the thing. That is always, and we have to understand that there is no intrinsic worth of this body. Once the prana leaves the body becomes a corpse. That's how it becomes ashaucham. Ashaucham means there is no shuddhi in that. Okay, disposable thing. Our body has become a use and throw stuff. Okay, now it is, once the body is, the pavana goes away, gatavati vayam, Okay, it's what we call the Sati Saptami, Gatavati and Vayu in the Saptami Vibhakti, Deha Pai, at the end of when the Deha comes, Deha's life of Deha is completely done. And then what? Even Bharya api tasmin kaye bibhyati. Even your own wife will run away out of fear because the prana is not there in that, I think. That same Bharya was a protected person by you. You are protecting her, you are giving her all the saukaryam. But what happens once the prana leaves the body, even the wife person with whom you spent the life and you spent your own lifetime to protect her, even she will be afraid to see. So then when the last breath goes away from the body, this is what. So we don't even own this body. We have to understand that. Once the body is used, we have to hand over this body to God. This is only a sadhana, an instrument to live in this world purposefully, dharmic, and be using the dharmic methods. Okay. Otherwise, that is why we have to be in the satsanga. That is going to be explained by Bhagavad himself. Satsanga is very, very important. So we will get good information from the Satpurushas, so that we will also think about the satsanga and the God all the time, Bhagavan all the time, and then move on, content with the contentment and with the dharmic effort we will learn. So the next sloka happens to be the Balastavati Krida Sattva, and he describes different stages of the human life. Balastavati Krida Sattva, Tarunastavati Taruni Sattva, Vriddhastavati Chinta Sattva, Parame Brahmani Kopina Sattva. Okay. So when you are a child, as a 12.5 years in the beginning of our life, Krida happening in everyone's life, and every human being, they have to go through this life. As children, we don't know anything about bhakti, but we will always, even in those days, parents used to say Govinda Chondu, like that, they will do that. And then Kutiko, like that, something and all that. Now it's all nursery rhymes. And also what? All fall down, that kind of a thing. Negative things only are taught in the schools, and parents are reveling. And my child is singing English songs and everything, so that is how it is taught. And so Balastavati Krida Sattva. There is no bhakti or anything. We don't know anything about that at that time. So the Krida, it goes in the playful time. Everything goes in the play. There is no attachment, but there also we have, from the childhood itself, we will have that possessive nature. That also have to be curbed at the young age. This is my toy. This is my toy. Nobody can touch it. That kind of thoughts are projected by the children. And when we move on to the next stage of youth, Taruni Sattva. Okay, the attraction towards young girls and young girls and everything, and we want to enjoy life. Yes, that is another 12.5 years are gone in that mid 25 years. 50% already gone in that, 50 years already gone in the sleep. And first 12.5 years by childhood. And the middle 25 years, we want to enjoy life. Okay. So, and after that, without our knowing, Vriddhaha, the old age kicks in. And what is given? What is the result of that? Chinta Sattva. Now I have become old. I want to marry my children, and I have to see my grandchildren. I have to see my great-grandchildren. The attachment goes on and on. And how will my grandkid or great-grandkid will get a seat in a good school? That will be our worry. Chinta Sattva. Immersed in regrets and worry. And Parame Brahmani Kopi Sattva. No Sattva. No time for thinking about Brahma. Forget about our own even puja, doing puja, or maybe what we plan to read when we retire, like all the shastras or the shlokas or the attending the satsanga, everything is gone because chinta is more power in that. So Chinta Asaktaha. So it is our Chintas take over this Vriddhatva, that is the old age. So Parame Brahmani Nakopi Saktaha. Nobody wants to find out whether there is a God who is creating all this leaves, different trees and different leaves, and everything is shaped correctly and different colors of tulip, beautiful. And who comes and sits and paints? After some time, when you sow the bulb, you would even know how tall it's going to grow and what color of the bulb. Now we can find out, but still, when it grows and then blooms, only we enjoy that color. But who's sitting and painting that? Those thoughts are, so we don't even, that is why Sadashiva Brahmendra sang Manasa Sancharare, where Brahmani sang that way. Manasa Sancharare, go towards the Brahman, Parabrahman. You have to start as early as possible, because you will be going through all these stages of your life and finally you will be lost. Where do I start? When do I start? Everything will be forgotten. Old age comes, so many problems, health problems, family problems, and we are thinking over many things, many generations. After great-grandchild, what will he do? All those kind of things. So no time to think about Bhagavan things. So that is the next sloka. And then there is, then we will, the samsara is very strange. That's what we're going to talk about it. The postponement will become, whatever we postpone is going to become our mistake. Because we are totally immersed in materialism. After, everything after will that come and we will do this. But impossible to go back. Impossible to take up a sudden change. We all understand that. Yeah? Impossible to take a sudden change. And vasanas are imprinted already. And it will take years or janmas to remove them first. So from the beginning itself, we have to start. Initial stages of life, we have to start. And we can, but what is our priority? 75% we will spend time in material well-being. Maybe 25% will do in spirituality. That has become, material thing is pradhana. So that becomes, so the next sloka is Kate Kanta. Kaste putraha samsare ayam ativa vichitraha. Kasyatvam kaha kutaha ayataha. Tattva chintaya tadiha brata. Okay. He's addressing, finally he addressed, so far he was addressing Buddha. Now he's addressing, oh brother. Tattvam chintaya. Okay. You have to think about this tattva. The real truth or truth of relationship you have to understand. Because this, the truth of family life and the bond that creates, you have to understand tattvam chintaya. You have to understand the truth of relationship. Kate Kanta, who is your wife? And who kahate putraha, who is your son? Okay. Because there is I am ativa vichitraha. This has become completely, it's a strange thing what is happening here. Kasyatvam, where do you belong? And where are you coming from? Do you have any place, any permanent address? Okay, you have to understand tattvam vichintaya, he says. Because kutaha, where have you come from into this world? You have to know those facts. As Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi says, ni yar ni. We have to question ourselves. Who are you? That is the question we have to ask. Because Jiva is not born out of the mother. It is already an existing Jiva. Mother is responsible to hold it in the body. The physical body, which is the temporary residence, which I occupy. Even my body is a temporary residence, which I occupy for a short time. Once the tenure is over, okay, mother has to give birth to the body only. The jiva is already present. So the human and we have to understand, from the human, only human child is born. Nowadays, with all confusion, things are becoming strange. But human from the human body, who only human parents, human child only can be born. And from the jiva point of view, there are no parents. Okay, from the jiva which is coming along with the body, there are no parents. Only for the body which is given by the mother. Okay, that is also the temporary gift from blood. So that is the it's only for the body, the parents are there, not for the jiva which is coming. So I am samsara vichitraha. Okay, this what we call the transmigration which happens. We have to play many roles. You have to be a husband, you have to be a wife, you have to be a son, daughter, daughter-in-law, son. So many things you are playing, many roles, that's all. But you have to understand who are you, from where did you come, and what is your purpose. But therefore, we should never be confused in this drama. Of course, there is a small, like a Gita-Upadesham, which was this famous Tamil song, which was made very famous and tuned by Swami Haridas Giri. Many of you would have heard it. It starts with a simple Kannan Sonnadhenna Geethaile Adai Karuttil Kolvai Undan Vaalkaile Annan Thambi Sutram Enbadellam Undan Arivil Kulappam Tharum Paasamellam. So these are all confusing your mind. You are attached to so many things and it confuses your mind. So you have to understand, we are all just playing a drama. Once the drama is over, the curtain is closed, go back. And we have to hand over this body to Bhagavan. Okay, that is we have to understand our position here. Why, what is our purpose in this world? It is a vichitraha, samsaraha vichitraha, ativa vichitraha, not even simple, it's very strange. It's not allowing us to think about us, but we have to have time we have to ponder over this point. Why are we here? Okay, why are we here? What is our purpose? In what better way we could lead our life and then show our what we call the dharmika values, what is passed down from our paramparas, from the great gurus. How can we take it up? So that is the sloka number 8. And then the next one is satsangatve, famous, very oft quoted. Satsangatve, nisangatvam, nisangatve, nirmohatvam, nirmohatve, nishchalatatvam, nishchalatatve, jivan mukti. That is the sloka. So satsanga, that is talking about what is very, very important is we have to be in the good company of people. That is always important. Because they are the ones we may not be able to go and search of the guru at some time. Like it is becoming very difficult nowadays. Means then we have to find out at least a satsanga where it is done, so that it will be easy for us to mingle with the company of the good people. And there, the more you get into that, okay, the more we go into the what we call the satsanga people, satsangam guru, what we are, the thing is, you will have the thoughts to do seva, dhyana, nama japa, and all those things. So these are all the guide, like when we go to a new place or a new country, there are guides, or people will come and say that this is the place you can buy this, you can go there, and this some of the streets you have to avoid, you cannot go there. That kind of a thought will be, or guidance will be given by the Satpurushas. So, Satpurushas will also help us to find the Guru also. So what happens is, Satsangatve, when you go into the company of the good people, then it comes Nisangatve. Then you will know we are ready to embark on the field of spirituality. Jnana Yogyata Praptihi, that's it. So, again, Nisangatve, where the more the detachment we develop, the qualities to embark on the spiritual, Vairagyam we develop, then Nirmohatvam. There is completely removal of delusion happens. Anyana Nivrittihi happens. And we are ready for Brahma Vidya. So we have to go step by step. Nirmohatve Nischalatatva. From the ignorance, when that ignorance is removed, discovery of Lord within myself, Nischalata. Okay, that Ajnana, the word, as Swami Paramarthanandaji says, that discover means you are removing, this means dismissing the cover, which is called the Maya, the Avarana. The cover is Avarana, which is completely eluding us or deluding us. Okay, so the Ajnana is completely covered. So the Lord within myself completely was covered by Ajnana. So that will be removed, and Tattva Jnanam, the discovery of Lord within myself, happens. Nischala Tattva. Once you understand that Nischala Tattva, Jivan Mukti, free from all external dependency will happen. Okay, so free from all external dependency will happen, and even while living, this Jivan Mukti is possible. According to Bhagavad Gita, also Bhagavan explains in many different shlokas. So therefore, we have to develop that Govinda Bhakti and also distribute that love of Govinda to everyone. That is our duty in this sloka. And then Vayasi gate kaha kama vikaraha sushke nire te kasara kshine vitte kaha parivara jnate kaha samsara. Okay. Then Shankara concludes that the knowledge, what is given here in this sloka, dependence on the external world is going to be our Ajnanam. What I need, what the bliss, what I need, what the happiness is, what I need is within myself. Okay, this is when the Ajnanam is removed completely, then what the Ajnana Nashe, Samsara Nasha. So that once Ajnana is removed, Samsara is also removed. So we all became with it Kama Vikaraha. The products of desire, the products of Kama, they will also completely disappear. And so, Vayasi Gate. Then people have questions. Okay, when we are in the youth only, we can enjoy all these things, right? And then after that, it is not possible for us to do. Yes, we understand that. But that is once the Bala Nasha, once you lose that body strength and mental strength and physical strength, as the strength is gone, the youth and strength is completely taken away by Vayasi Gate. Then when the ages are cutting, it will. So what then people call when the youth only we can enjoy all these things? Yes, do it. But once you lose that power, what is going to happen? That also you have to think. Once you lose that strength, physical strength and mental strength, what is going to happen? This Kama Vikara has no sense at all. And then what is the example given is Sushke Kasare, Nire na Kasara. When there is a Kasara, body of water, lake. Kasara is a huge lake. But Kasaraha what? Nira Nasha. There is no Jala in that. That will happen to us. And one of the, I think, Abhayar sloka, or Naladiyar, is one of the Tamil, Atra Kulattu Arunir Paraigai Pol. When there is no money, even the birds are not going to sit in the lake where there is no water. They cannot come and take even a sip of water. Same thing will happen. When the money is not there with you, nobody is going to come to help us. Kshine vitte kaha parivara. Where are your relatives who are like a sycophants? They were praising you. They were praising you in front of you. And they were damaging your name behind you. As Bhartrihari says, Parokshe Karya Hantaram Pratyakshe Priyavadinam. In front of you, they spoke beautiful words, but at the back, they were destroying your image. They were talking about all your bad qualities, what you're entertaining. Oh, we go to his house and he gives us all these things and all this stuff. But at the back, they are trying to talk bad about you. And then what is responsible? People around you because you had money. Then once the money is gone, kshine vitte, when the money is going one by one, if you lose one thing, one house or something is lost, you will not see anyone. That's why the Mitra Lakshanam means we will know who is the real friend or the real family when we are going through problems. Okay, so we have to understand that when the body ages, kama vikaraha, this whatever the lust and all is not going to be useful. The desire of the flesh and blood and all is not going to be helpful to you. And then, once you, like the sukke neere nakasa, like the waterless body of water or place where there is no water at all, it cannot be called as a lake at all. Jala is a karanam, so kasara is the karya. Karana, jalam is not there. So jalanashe, kasharanasam. There is no neeram. That's why neeram is another word for water, as we all know. So then we have to say, I don't have any parivara, because there is no money with me. Dhananashe parivaranasha. Kshine vitte parivaraha gata. Parivaraha gata. Like that. So kaha nyate kaha samsare. Do you know what is this samsara? Where is this world? Where is this earth? What is the truth? This is the truth. This is a truth that nobody is going to come to us when we are gone. Only the what we call it as strong anchor is only Govinda-nama. That is the only thing. That is how this sloka explains. And of course, a very famous sloka here it is. Ma kuru dhana jana yavana garvam harati nimeshat kala sarvam maya mayam idam akhilam hitva brahmapadam pravisha brahmapadam pravisha viditva. Famous sloka. It's beautifully tuned in Bhageshri Ragam by M.S.Subbulakshmi. So it says, delusion caused by your youth, wealth, and people around. It will create always when you have money, people, and youthful body, youth on your body, automatically dhana garvam, jana garvam, yavana garvam. Pride doubles, triples, floats in the air. I'm on cloud 9, we say that. Okay, because of and we will have so many people around, like all the psychopaths who we call the Manjira players, Chingchak players. Okay, the arrogance will increase. Of course, in the great work of Kadambari, poet Bhattabana talks about the 3 different qualities: possession of Lakshmi, that is Dana, and the sycophants and the youth. And he's advising the prince who is going to be ascending the throne. And then he says, you have to be careful with these 3 things. Because these 3 can sway your mind and your stability of your mind at any time to any distance. So you have to be very careful to keep them under check. So that's why what we call the Nisheda Nipata, what we call Ma. Bhagavad Pada starts the sloka with Ma Kuru. Never ever you think of entertaining this garva, the pride or arrogance of dhana, jana, yavana. So 1 itself is difficult to handle. When it's a combination of 3, it is very, very difficult. And you have to understand, kalaha nimeshat sarvam harat. Everything will go by the wink of an eye, because we don't own anything. Right? Even our ego had to go away. We don't own anything. So you have to be careful with these 3 factors. Even 1 if you have, it's going to create problem to any human being. And if you have all the 3 factors, it's a big problem. So you have to be very careful with that. And then maya mayam idam akhilam hitva. You have to understand this maya, this world is full of maya. Okay? And do not rely upon this world. You have to have a backup generator. Swamiji calls it UPS, uninterrupted pleasure supply. Okay, uninterrupted pleasure supply is, that is Brahma Padam. You have to understand, seek Govinda. Brahma. That one who has that belief in that infinite Ananda only can survive in this world. Viditva pravisha. Knowing that that world, Brahmapadam alone will give me that infinite security, happiness and pleasure. Pravisha, you enter that place. You have to have that thorough knowledge. Viditva means you have to have that thorough knowledge to go into it, understand and go and free yourself from this illusion. Of course, in the another famous movie quote, Ulage mayam vaile mayam. We all know that song. At least they are teaching that this the world is Maya. This world is completely delusion. Maya mayam idam akilam. Akilam hitva. Entire thing is completely deluding your mind, the buddhi. So Brahmapadam viditva pravisha. You have to understand through your knowledge. And the knowledge also comes to you by satsanga. And satsanga will lead you to the right guru. The guru will be the margadarshi for you to show you the right path. So that's how this loka says, ma kuru. It starts with the prohibitive particle, what we say, nishedha nipatam. Do not entertain the pride or the arrogance of possession of money, surrounded by sycophants, and your youthful body all the time, because kalaha, the time takes away nimesha, fraction of a second, fraction of a minute, it will be gone. Because it's all maya, mayam, idam, akilam, in that way. And then the next sloka also will talk about how the time flies. Okay, so dinayaminyau sayam pratah shishira vasanto punarayatah kala kridati gacchati ayuhu tadapina munchati ashavayu. Okay, so what is that? Procrastination. We always do that. We are very famous. We love that procrastination. Oh, tomorrow I can do. Tomorrow I can do. Tomorrow. But we will be looking for the auspicious time only to start the spiritual thing. Right? When somebody says you have to start doing something, oh, yeah, I'm looking for a good time, good day and good time to start that. So Dina Yamini. Yamini is the night time. The daytime comes, nighttime comes, Prataha, morning, early morning comes, everything is gone, going. It changes. Weekday, weekend comes very fast. Shishira Vasanta, the Rutu also changes. Okay? Punaha Ayata comes back, comes September, comes autumn, comes spring. Everything comes and goes. Shishira, the winter season, spring season, Punaha Ayata. The Kala Chakra moves and so what is Kalaha Kridati? Because Lord Yama is active all the 24 hours. He doesn't even wink his eyes, it looks like. Okay. So Kalaha Kridati. The time is dancing and it is playing with us. Gacchati Ayu. And the lifetime goes on. But what are we doing here? We are not Na munchati asha vayu. We are not giving up our asha desires. Okay, we don't even give up desires. See, Bhartrihari again quotes, the whole world is drunk in the liquor of what? Maya. Pramata Madiram. Okay, Pitva. Mohamayim. That was what he says. Liquor of delusion they drink and completely forget that our life is going on. Day and night comes, and spring and winter comes, time changes, and Kalaha Kridati, and he is playing, the time is playing with us. Ayuhu Gacchati, Tadapi, Asha Vayuhu Namunchati. We do not give up the life of desire. We are holding on to it, still holding on to it. That is what we call, he really pleads to us, do not waste your time in these things. So then, Kate Kanta, Dana Gata Chinta, Vatula Kintava, Nasti, Niyata, Trijagati Sajjana Sangati Reka Bhavati, Bhavarnava Tarane Nauka. So this is again Adi Shankara is giving us like advice, no, in a very simple way. You have to understand, oh madman, now he's coming back, oh madman. What is this always Dhanagata Chinta? You are engrossed in the delusion. My money is gone. My money is gone. Where is your money gone? What is your money? There is nothing like that, right? There is nothing like that. It is all your the stress and everything is created only when your thoughts are transferred from dharma to arthakama. If the thoughts are not centered on dharma and moksha, it's going to be transferred on artha. So it becomes bhavarnava tarane. In order to cross the ocean of samsara, sajjana sankatihi eka. Okay, there is only one nauka, a small boat is available to you to cross the ocean of samsara. That is the sajjana sankati. This is the company of the good people. Satpurushas will always educate you. Okay, and they will relax you, saying that do not hold on to your perishables. You will get the idea of nitya aritya vastu. Okay, so in that way we have to. So and then sajjana sankati. So you will not be in trijagati, in all the three worlds, wherever you go, you have to have this kind of thought. What we call that we have to have in the sangati, sajjana sangati, and sajjana sangati will alone be like a nauka, a small boat which will help you to cross the ocean of samsara and try to be there in that samsara, in that sajjana, in the sajjana company, sajjana sangati, which will teach you about the Govinda, and they will always start with a namavali or bhajana or something like that. So you will get that important thing. And one more shloka is Artham Anartham Bhavaya Nityam. It's also by Adi Shankara only. That I'm just going to go through very quickly. Artham Anartham Bhavaya Nityam. Then Putradapi Dhanabhala Dhanabhajam Vidhi Sarvatraisha Vigitariti. And what we call it is whether you have money or not. It's what we call Anvaya Vyatireka Bhava, we will say. Na Dhanam, if you have Dhanam, happiness comes. No Dhanam, no happiness. To that extent, we will think in our mind. So, simultaneous presence and simultaneous absence. That is called Anvaya Vyatireka, which is there here. Money is the source of both happiness, and money is the source of both unhappiness and pain and stress also. Okay, so we can say artham anartham bhavaya. You have to understand this artham and anartham, possessing money or not possessing money, it's going to give you problem. Sukha leshaha, there is not even single iota of happiness in getting the thing. Sarvatra, in most of the places, this is the riti, this is the way of living. Okay, this is the way of living. And putradapi dhanabhajam, you have to be afraid of your own son or daughter. If you have possessed money at any time, they will come and even kill you to take the money. That is the world, the Riti world is sustaining in that world. So this is how he is explaining the Dvadasha Manjari Kabhire Seshaha Katito Vayyakarana Smesha Upadesho Abhut Vidya Nipunaihi Srimad Shankara Bhagavat Charanaihi. These are the 12 verses composed by Adi Shankara as per the thought exists in the literary world, and other verses, other 21 verses were composed by different disciples. All his, even Totaka has composed, Hastamalaka has composed, Padmapada has composed, all those Sishyas have composed 1 shloka, 2 shlokas, and they have been joined to become the 33 shlokas of Bhaja Govindam. I hope you all had a wonderful time going through this Dvadasha Manjari of Bhagavad Pada. And Dhanyavadaha for all the people, Sevaramanji, Shri Ramji and Sudarshanji, for giving me this opportunity to present the great work, Yatha Shakti, as may I say. Whatever I have understood, I have passed on that information to you. If you have any more to enlighten me, please do so. I'm Dhanyavadaha for this opportunity. Thank you.
अत्यंत धन्यवादः अतीव विस्तृत सरलमाध्यमे व्याख्यानं प्रदर्शितवन्तः what a wonderful explanation in a very moving manner to the great masterpiece composition of Adi Shankara that we all have heard so many times, popularized by M.S.Subbulakshmi and then by other artists as well. But what is very unique here is that we get to understand word by word the essence of what Adi Shankara is saying, of not only the popular shlokas, but also some of the other not so well popularized shlokas. So this is just a glimpse, hopefully with the grace of our acharyas and blessings of Lord Chandramoulishwara, we will have another opportunity to do a Shravanam of another Mandali, Kamakoti Parayana Mandali program by Srimati Maragatham ji. On behalf of KKSF, we are extremely grateful. Asmakam ativa kritagyaha. We really appreciate your taking the time to share with us this presentation. Wonderfully interspersed with references to so many things. Quotations from Bhartrihari's Vairagya Satakam, Banabhatta's works, Papanasam Shivan, and other even Tamil film songs references. What a way to to connect the dots and get the Bhakti Bhava drilled into us. As they say, the Nama Japa alone can get us across in the samsara. And hopefully with this message, especially coming to us on this day, a very auspicious day during Shravana Masam, as well as the world pays homage to another great Mahan, Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal, popularly known as Krishna Prabhyana, who again spread the wonderful mahime of Namajapam. It's a real honor for us to reinforce in us through this wonderful lecture talk the essence, the pearls from the gems from Bhaja Govindam work. Once again, on behalf of KKSF, we would like to thank Maragatham ji for this lecture talk. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of our viewers and all our volunteers who made this program successful. We look forward to your continued support, and we hopefully will have your satsangam at the next Kamakoti Parayana Mandali program as well. Jai Jai Shankara, Hara Hara Shankara. Thank you all. Namaskara.